I'm going to be building a raised garden bed using weather-treated dog-eared fence pickets. And first I'm starting off by cutting these 6-foot pickets into 24-inch sections because these are going to be used for my end pieces. This garden bed is going to be a 2x6 by 18 inches tall. And I do have a little wobble in my saw, so you'll have to excuse that. I haven't taken it apart. And here I'm just laying out the pieces that I've cut to measure the height to see how tall I need my corner bracing for my 2x4s. And I'm measuring these out, and I'm going to cut them at 17 inches each. And I'm just cutting these to length, and this is all the pieces that I need for my end pieces. And here I've got my 2x4s on the ground, and I am just drilling holes, making sure I made sure that my boards were lined up so the 2x4 is flush at the end of each side. And then I'm going to be putting screws in there. That way my end pieces are completely put together before I finish the rest of the garden bed. Here is all of the pieces that we need to put the garden bed together. So I'm starting with a 6-foot piece that's going to be along the side, and I am just going to go around and I'm going to attach all of the 6-foot pieces of fence pickets to my end pieces, to those 2x4s. And you want to make sure that your end pieces are straight. And also the reason that I'm doing this in the yard is because my yard is not level, and so I wanted to build it right there where it was going to sit. Now I'm going to finish up the other side. As you can see, I have the opposite side finished already. And I think because it was 110 degrees in full sun the majority of the days that I was working on this, I think my arms were getting tired, and I started stripping my screws with the power drill. So in a minute you'll see that I have switched over to just a handheld screwdriver to finish up the job. And once this is finished up, then I will be making a paint stain. that I'm going to stain this with. Now here I took the last 6-foot piece that I had, it was an extra one, and I cut it to put in the middle to brace one side, and then you'll see in a minute that I have added the other 4 foot that was cut from this piece onto the back side, and you'll see why I did that a little later in the video. And here it is, all put together. And this is the stain that I made, and it is water and paint mixed together, and I am just brushing it on. You can see how runny it is. It's very, very thin. And the reason I did this is because I didn't want to wait for my wood to weather, because that is going to take a really long time. So I wanted to go ahead and give it a weathered finish. And then I went in and I stained the top board just so it doesn't stand out quite so much, and I stained it almost to where the dirt line is going to be, but once the plants grow in, you won't even be able to see any of that yellow wood showing through. And now I am hanging some artwork, because you can't have a garden and not decorate it. And this was such a cute windmill that my sister-in-law gave me. I thought this would be perfect to put out here on the garden. So this is why I went ahead and attached that 4-foot piece instead of just cutting a small piece to brace that side. And then I also had this sign. She gave both of these to me a while back, not too long ago, and I just thought they were so cute. And since this is going to be a vegetable garden and we give thanks to the Lord, I thought this sign was perfect to hang on here. And here we have it so far with the stain on it. And now I'm just using a tarp. You can get these on Amazon or Harbor Freight or Walmart, wherever you need to. And I'm putting this in the bottom because I was not going to be digging up grass and doing all that. So I'm just putting a tarp in the bottom, and then I am putting the ends of it up underneath the bed so it doesn't move. And this is going to be my barrier, so it'll kill the grass and I won't have weeds growing up into my garden. And I'm cutting it in pieces so it will fit. And here I've got the tree limb cut up, and I've got a bunch of cardboard boxes, and I'm going to be layering this. I'm going to be putting a layer of the boxes on top of the tarp, and this will eventually over time mulch down because it's all biodegradable. I don't have any plastic tape or anything on these boxes. It's all paper. And after I get a layer of the cardboard down, then I'll be putting a layer of the tree limbs and the leaves in there. And that was just some packing paper that was in one of my boxes. Once I get all of these branches and leaves put in here, then I'm going to be putting on one more layer of the cardboard before I put my dirt in. I'm sprinkling cayenne pepper in to help keep out the bugs and the critters. And I will actually put some more of that in my dirt as well. After I finish putting in all of this potting soil, which is Miracle-Gro, I just like that the best. I did end up going back to Tractor Supply and grabbing some Scott's mix that has manure in it. That way I could have some compost mix in there to really help the vegetables grow good and strong. And here is the finished product. I'm really pleased with how it turned out.